The internet is in flames right now, and it's all because of a jaw-dropping claim that nobody saw coming. Out of nowhere, Asian Doll has shaken the culture to its core, dropping a bombshell so wild, so unthinkable, that fans don't know if they should be shocked, angry, or just straight up confused. According to her, the late King Von, yes, King Von, was allegedly hiding out at her house in the hours leading up to what people thought was his death. You heard that right. She's saying Von wasn't where the world assumed he was. He wasn't moving the way the streets had reported. He was behind her doors, in her world, keeping secrets that even his closest people didn't know about. Already, Twitter is lit up with conspiracies. Instagram lives are exploding with heated arguments. And the family circle, completely divided. Some are calling it clout chasing. Others are swearing this changes everything we thought we knew about Von's last moments. If this is true, or even half true, the ripple effect could expose lies, fake loyalty, and cover-ups bigger than the music industry wants to admit. And the craziest part? This might just be the beginning of the drama. Asian Doll's statement set the internet on fire the moment it dropped. People didn't know whether to call it a publicity stunt or a confession of something hidden for years. But one thing was clear. Her tone was different this time. This wasn't the usual playful gossip. This wasn't her chasing clout like haters often accuse her of. This time, her face was serious. Her voice cracked with emotion, and her words carried the weight of a secret she had been holding onto for far too long. She said, "What the world was told was only half the story. What I'm about to tell you is the part of the truth they wanted hidden forever." Fans froze. Comments exploded instantly. What is she talking about? Is she saying Von wasn't even there? This changes everything if it's true. Twitter threads popped up in seconds. Conspiracy theories spun out like wildfire. Then came the bombshell detail. Sources close to Asian claimed she had messages, photos, even private audio that proved Von was at her house on the night the world thought he was somewhere else entirely. The detail that really set the internet ablaze. A neighbor came forward, anonymously at first, saying they saw a black SUV, the same kind Von was known to drive, parked near Asian's home that night. Now the narrative shifted. Was Von hiding out with Asian to avoid something? Was he protecting himself from a bigger threat? Or was Asian spinning a fantasy for attention? Inside Asian's circle, division grew quickly. One of her closest friends backed her up and said, "I was there that night. Everything she's saying is the truth." Another woman who used to appear in pictures with Asian went on Instagram stories calling her out. "She's crying for the cameras. Trust me, the truth is something else entirely." And then, as if the story wasn't wild enough, a mysterious audio clip began circulating online. In the recording, a male voice can be heard saying, "You need to say it now, before everything gets out of control." Fans were convinced it sounded like one of Von's old friends. Authenticity couldn't be confirmed, but that didn't stop the internet from running with it. Meanwhile, Von's family split in their reactions. His sister tweeted, "Nobody has the right to profit off our pain," while a cousin commented under a fan page post, "She's not lying. We knew he wasn't where they said he was." Suddenly it wasn't just Asian versus the internet. Now, Von's own family seemed torn apart by what she had revealed. Asian went live again, crying this time, whispering through tears, "I wanted to keep this secret forever, but the guilt has been killing me. If y'all knew the real story of Von's last day, you'd never look at him or me the same way again." Her words hit harder than expected. Fans flooded the chat. "Tell us now. Was he in danger? What were you protecting him from?" The pressure grew so heavy that Asian abruptly ended her live, leaving millions hanging in confusion. From there, the theories exploded. YouTube gossip channels ran headlines like "Von's last hours exposed" and "Asian doll drops receipts," while Reddit filled up with threads analyzing every piece of information. Some fans argued Von had been hiding from enemies, while others claimed this was an elaborate cover-up from his label. Things got even crazier when an anonymous blog claimed that Von's label knew exactly where he was that night, but fed the media. a false story to protect their contracts and business interests. One ex-label intern even wrote on Reddit, "I can confirm the press was lied to. What happened that night was way darker than people think. The divide was undeniable." Some fans believed every word Asian said, while others called her a manipulator who was using Von's name for relevance. Hashtags started trending, some in support like "Non listen to Asian," others in outrage like "Mo stop or sing Von." And then a shocking new twist arrived. A rapper considered one of Von's closest friends posted a cryptic tweet. "Soon everyone will know who was loyal and who stabbed who in the back." Fans immediately linked it to Asian. Within hours, he deleted the tweet, but the damage was done. Speculation only grew. As if scripted by reality TV producers, another leak surfaced. This time, it was grainy CCTV footage, supposedly near Asian's block, showing a hooded figure walking into a house. The build, the height. Fans swore it looked exactly like Von. The footage was too blurry for confirmation, but gossip blogs ran with it anyway. Was King Von really hiding at Asian's house? Media outlets went crazy. Podcasts, Instagram reels, and reaction videos filled every feed. Emotions ran high. Some fans said they felt betrayed for being lied to for so long. Others clung to hope that the truth would finally clear Von's name. But backlash hit Asian hard. Her comments section filled with anger. "You're exploiting him. Why now? You're messing with his family's peace." Still, she didn't back down. She posted again, writing, "If I stay silent, I'm guilty too. I saw it with my own eyes. I lived it, and I can't ignore it anymore." Von's family divide grew deeper. Some demanded she be quiet, others admitted privately she might be telling the truth. And then came the most shocking claim yet. A so-called insider alleged that Von's final phone call before his death included one specific name, and that name was directly tied to Asian. The claim about Von's final call lit the internet on fire in a way nobody could have predicted. According to this anonymous insider, Von didn't just make a random last call. He allegedly spoke directly to someone connected to Asian. The insider wouldn't release the actual name at first, but hinted that it was a person so close, fans will lose their minds when they find out. That one line was enough to send fan pages into chaos. Instagram meme accounts exploded with speculation. YouTube blogs made hour-long breakdowns, and Twitter was on fire. Everyone wanted to know who was Von talking to, and why did Asian Doll's name keep circling back into the conversation? Asian herself stayed quiet for a full day. No stories, no posts, no lives. That silence only fueled more rumors. Was she hiding? Was she waiting for the right time? Or was the pressure finally too much for her? But then she came back with another live, and this time she looked even more emotional. She sat in dim lighting, her voice shaking as she said, "They want me to stay quiet, but I can't. I know what he said, and I know why he said it. I was the last safe place he had." Those words hit harder than anyone expected. The comments section went insane. What does she mean by safe place? Is she saying Von trusted her over his own people? Did his family even know about this? But Asian didn't stop there. She revealed that Von had called her hours before everything went down, telling her, "They're moving funny. I can't trust nobody right now." Fans were stunned. The story was taking a turn that suggested Von had been surrounded by betrayal. Von's sister immediately clapped back on Twitter, posting, "Stop lying on my brother's name. He didn't say that. If he trusted you so much, why did he end up where he did?" Within minutes, screenshots of her tweet went viral. The family versus Asian battle had officially gone public. To make things even messier, a leaked screenshot began circulating. It allegedly showed a text conversation between Von and Asian from that night. In the messages, Von wrote, "Keep the door locked, I'll be there in 10. Asian replied, "I got you, nobody needs to know." Authenticity couldn't be confirmed, but the image spread everywhere. Fans divided instantly. Some swore it was fake, a Photoshop job meant to stir drama. Others argued it lined up perfectly with what Asian had been saying all along. The tension grew when one of Von's close friends went on Instagram Live and said, "If the truth comes out, a lot of y'all gonna look real funny. I ain't saying." No names, but people playing with his memory for likes. The live left fans more confused than ever. Was he defending Asian or throwing shade at her? In the middle of all this, an entertainment lawyer even weighed in during a podcast. If Asian really has proof of those texts or calls, it could change how the story of Von's last night is remembered forever, he said. But if it's fabricated, she could face serious backlash, even legal consequences from the family. Fans couldn't get enough of the drama. YouTube comment sections became mini courtrooms, with people writing essays about whether Asian was exposing the truth or rewriting history for attention. One viral tweet read, "Asian doll is either the realist or the fakest. There's no in between." Then came another twist. A DJ who had worked with Von before revealed during a radio interview that he too had gotten a strange call from Von that night. He sounded paranoid, the DJ said. He said, "Don't trust everybody smiling in your face, some of them plotting on me." And then he hung up. That interview reignited the theory that Von had been running from betrayal within his own camp, and Asian's house might have been the safe spot he chose. But the drama escalated again when Von's mother, who had been silent until now, broke her silence with a heartfelt Facebook post. "My son was not hiding. He was not scared. And anybody saying otherwise is disrespecting his legacy." Fans rallied behind her instantly, with many saying the conversation should end there out of respect. Yet Asian responded indirectly on her story, posting the words, "Sometimes the truth hurts the most when it comes from someone he really loved." That post poured gasoline on the fire. Was she implying Von had loved her more than his own family? The backlash was immediate. Fan accounts defending the family started trending the hashtag #OrnFamilyFirst, while Asian supporters clapped back with "Trustation." As if things weren't already spinning out of control, another alleged piece of evidence leaked. This time it was a voicemail. The audio, circulating on blogs and fan pages, featured a male voice that fans claimed sounded like Von. The voice said, "I'm outside, open the door." The recording was muffled, but clear enough to ignite another explosion online. Asian reposted the voicemail on her story with the caption, "I told you all I wasn't lying." That move sent shockwaves. Blogs wrote headlines like, "Asian doll drops voicemail proof of Von at her house," while others dismissed it as fake, accusing her of editing the audio. Von's cousin fired back, saying, "If she had all this so-called proof, why wait till now to share it? This is about her, not him." The family feud grew uglier by the hour. Insiders whispered that lawyers were being consulted, with some saying Von's estate might even take legal action against Asian for using his name and image in this way. Meanwhile, fans kept dissecting every detail, every leak, every screenshot. Theories piled up. Some said Von had been betrayed by someone in his crew and Asian was protecting him. Others insisted Von had never been there at all, and Asian was rewriting history to stay relevant in the spotlight. But then came the biggest twist so far. A reporter from a major hip-hop outlet claimed they had seen sealed court documents connected to Von's case. And inside those documents, mention of a location tied to Asian's block on the very night everything went down. The outlet didn't publish the documents, but the claim alone was enough to send the internet spiraling again. If true, this meant Asian's story wasn't just emotional rambling. It had a paper trail. Asian immediately posted a cryptic message. "Receipts don't lie. Y'all about to see everything." And just like that, fans were left hanging again, waiting for what she would drop next. But behind the scenes, rumors swirled that Von's label was scrambling. If Asian actually had legal proof to back up her story, it could open up a can of worms the industry never wanted exposed. Insiders hinted that phone records and surveillance footage had been quietly buried to protect powerful people. And that raised one chilling question. If Von really had been at Asian's house, what else? Had been hidden from the world? The suspense only deepened when a hacker group on Twitter claimed they were about to leak more evidence connected to the case. Their tweet read simply, Truth incoming. The internet held its breath, waiting for the next revelation. The hacker. Groups tweets saying truth incoming was all it took for the internet to go into meltdown. Fan pages started refreshing their feeds every few seconds. Blogs were on standby, and people who had never cared about Von's story before suddenly wanted to be part of the chaos. Within 24 hours, the group delivered. They posted what they claimed were screenshots of location data pulled from a phone belonging to someone close to Von. According to the screenshots, the phone pinged off a tower near Asian's neighborhood at almost the exact time Von was believed to be somewhere else. The internet exploded. This confirms it, fans screamed on Twitter. He really was at her house. Others were skeptical, pointing out how easily data can be faked. But the buzz was unstoppable. Asian immediately went online with a smirk, saying, "I told y'all. Y'all thought I was lying. Now you see." She didn't confirm whether she was connected to the hackers, but her energy suggested she was enjoying the validation. Von's family, however, was furious. His mother posted, "People will go to any length to drag his name. We won't tolerate lies, fake receipts." But here's where the drama turned darker. One of Von's former crew members went live, visibly angry, and said, "All I'm gonna say is, he wasn't safe where y'all think he was. He knew somebody close was moving funny. And if you know, you know." That vague statement poured gasoline on the fire. Suddenly, the focus shifted. If Von was indeed at Asians, was he hiding from his enemies or from his own circle? Fans debated endlessly. Then the hackers dropped another bomb. This time it wasn't data. It was an email exchange allegedly between label executives discussing how to control the narrative of Von's death. One line stood out more than anything else. "Keep the Asian angle out of the press." That single sentence sent shockwaves. Fans started demanding answers from the label. Why would they want to erase Asian from the narrative unless there was something real to hide? Asian leaned into it even harder, writing on her story, "They tried to silence me. They tried to erase me, but you can't erase the truth." The backlash against her doubled, but so did the support. The internet split into two camps, one side calling her a manipulator, the other calling her the only brave one exposing the lies. The next twist came when a man claiming to be Von's former driver reached out to a gossip blog. He gave an interview, saying, "I dropped him off that night, and let me tell you, it wasn't where everybody thinks. It was a house with tinted windows, big gate, real private. I know whose house that was." The driver refused to say the name directly, but everyone connected the dots. The clip of the interview went viral. Suddenly the pieces were starting to fit. Von's paranoia, Asian's claim, the hacker leaks, and now the driver's testimony. All pointed in one direction, but the story refused to stay simple. Hours later, the same blog that posted the driver's interview was hit with a takedown notice. The video disappeared, and the host posted a cryptic tweet. "They don't want y'all to hear this." Conspiracy theories hit overdrive. The label is silencing people. The family is protecting secrets. Asian is telling the truth, and they're trying to shut her up. It became bigger than a story. It became a movement. But things got personal again when another piece of audio surfaced. This time, it was a recorded phone call allegedly between Von and one of his closest friends. In the audio, Von can be heard, saying, "If something happens to me, don't let them tell my story wrong. I got my own truth." Fans replayed the clip millions of times. Was Von predicting his own downfall? Was he warning people? Or was this another fake leak planted to stir chaos? Asian posted a crying selfie with the caption, "This is what I meant. He trusted me with the truth." The backlash from Von's sister was instant. She wrote, "You didn't have his truth. You had your own lies." The public feud between them reached its ugliest point, with supporters of each side attacking the other across every platform. As the feud raged, another jaw-dropping twist landed. The hackers released what they claimed was partial surveillance footage from inside Asian's neighborhood. The clip showed a man who looked eerily like Von stepping out of a black SUV and walking toward a gated house. The video quality was poor, but the resemblance was undeniable. Blogs immediately ran headlines. Footage proves Von was at Asian's house. The cover-up finally exposed. Others dismissed it as deepfake manipulation. But the story didn't end there. The hackers teased that they had more, tweeting, "The footage you saw was only part one." Panic spread across Von's family circle. Insiders whispered that lawyers were preparing to sue anyone who spread the footage further. Meanwhile, Asians' supporters celebrated it as the smoking gun they had been waiting for. In the middle of all this, a celebrity friend of Von's unexpectedly spoke up. The rapper, who had stayed silent for years, tweeted, "Funny how the truth always leaks no matter how hard they bury it." Fans immediately connected the dots again, interpreting it as support for Asian. The ripple effect shook the industry. Suddenly, other rappers, producers, and insiders began sharing cryptic posts about hidden truths and loyalty gone wrong. It felt like everyone knew something, but nobody wanted to say it directly. Then came another twist. A blogger revealed that sealed police records mentioned a call made from Asian's area code on the night in question. The records didn't name who the call was made to, but the timing matched Von's final hours. Fans went into overdrive connecting theories. Some believed Von had been reaching out for protection. Others argued he was hiding from enemies within. His circle, Asian, doubled down again, posting, "They can hide documents, they can hide footage, but they can't hide my truth." Her confidence was unshakable, but so was the backlash. One of Von's cousins threatened to expose receipts of his own, saying the family had evidence proving Asian was twisting the story. And just when it seemed like the drama couldn't get any messier, the hackers claimed they had a final leak ready to drop. This one, they promised, would end the debate once and for all. The internet braced itself, waiting for what could be the most explosive revelation yet. The countdown to the hacker's final leak felt like waiting for a boxing match. Twitter threads were refreshing every few seconds. Instagram stories were filled with speculation, and YouTube lives had thousands of people tuned in just to see if this mysterious group would really deliver. The phrase "final leak" started trending, and fans debated endlessly about what it could be. When it finally dropped, the internet froze. The hackers released a full audio file, allegedly of Von's last private conversation. In it, a voice that sounded undeniably like Von spoke with raw emotion. "I can't trust them no more," the voice said. "Everybody around me moving wrong. If anything happens to me, tell her I was at her place, not with them. She knows the truth." The audio was only 3 minutes long, but it was explosive. If real, it confirmed everything Asian had been saying. Fans screamed across platforms. He literally said it himself. This changes the entire story. Asian was telling the truth the whole time. Asian immediately posted the clip to her page with the caption, "Now do y'all believe me?" Her supporters went wild, showering her with messages of love and apologies for doubting her. But the backlash from Von's family was just as loud. His sister responded in rage, "Stop using his voice. Stop spreading lies. You will not rewrite my brother's history." Within hours, she posted a statement saying the audio was fake, edited by clout chasers, and had nothing to do with Von's real final moments. The divide grew deeper than ever. Family versus Asian, fans versus fans, truth versus rumor. To complicate things further, industry insiders began chiming in. One anonymous producer told a podcast, "I can't say too much, but let's just say the label knew he was laying low at a spot nobody was supposed to know about. The rest, they covered it up." That statement poured even more gasoline on the fire. Now fans weren't just questioning Asian or the family. They were questioning the industry itself. As the drama peaked, Von's label released an official statement calling the leaks manufactured content and harmful to the memory of an artist gone too soon. But fans weren't buying it. "If it's fake, why so defensive?" one tweet asked. "Label's been hiding stuff forever," said another. Meanwhile, Asian leaned into her role as the lightning rod. She went live again, holding back tears, saying, "Y'all dragged me for years. Y'all called me crazy. Y'all said I was lying. But the truth always comes out. Von trusted me. Von was at my house. They just didn't want y'all to know. Her words sent her supporters into overdrive. Hashtags like "Chao Asian was right" and "Trust Asian" trended, while the opposing side pushed "How protect Von" and "Pao's family first." The situation escalated to the point where even other rappers started weighing in. One big-name rapper tweeted, "I told y'all, years ago the industry lies. This ain't the first time, won't be the last." Another wrote, "Asian wrong for this. Some things you keep private, even if they're true." Suddenly, the story wasn't just about Von anymore. It became a debate about loyalty, privacy, and the blurred line between truth and exploitation. Blogs started running with angles like, "Should Asian have spoken out at all? Does Von..." But the hackers weren't done yet. Just when people thought the audio was the end, they dropped one more piece. A short video clip, allegedly recorded on a phone. The shaky footage showed a man in a hoodie sitting on a couch, his face partially hidden. Fans swore it was Von. The background matched the decor in Asian's house from old Instagram posts. That video broke the internet. Millions of views in hours, comments flooding in. That's him, no doubt. You can see his tattoo if you zoom in. Others argued it was staged, a lookalike hired to create chaos. Asian posted a single word after the video leaked: receipts. Backlash turned into a full-blown war. Von's family reportedly contacted lawyers to investigate the footage, claiming defamation and emotional distress. Rumors swirled that cease and desist letters were being prepared against blogs that kept reposting the video. At the same time, supporters of Asian started fundraising campaigns, saying she deserved protection for telling the truth against powerful forces. The industry's silence grew louder. No major label execs addressed the leaks directly, and insiders whispered that meetings were happening behind closed doors to decide how to handle the fallout. In the streets, fans were split. Some said Asian had finally exposed the truth about Von's last hours. Others said she had crossed the line, turning grief into gossip. The conversation grew even darker when people began asking, if Von was hiding at Asians, who was he hiding from? Was it his enemies, or was it people within his own circle? Rumors spread about betrayal from within, whispers about money, contracts, and loyalty. Theories that Von had discovered something that made him a target. Asian didn't give direct answers, but she posted another cryptic message. Sometimes the ones closest to you are the ones that set you up. That one sentence sent shockwaves. Fans began revisiting old interviews, old photos, old lyrics, searching for clues. YouTube analysts dissected Von's songs for hidden messages, claiming he had been foreshadowing his mistrust all along. As the chaos reached its peak, the hackers announced they were done. "We showed you enough," they tweeted. "What happens next is on y'all." The internet was left divided, shaken, and more confused than ever. The leaks painted a story of Von's last moments that was completely different from the official narrative, but nothing was concrete enough to close the case. Asian had become both the hero and the villain in this saga. Some saw her as the only one brave enough to speak. Others saw her as the ultimate betrayer, exploiting pain for attention. And the family, caught in the middle, was left battling for control of Von's legacy, torn between shutting the story down and facing the possibility that some of it might.